I also want to promote this harmony between races, that people are people no matter where you go.
Tag along with the Moore Educator, who's crisscrossing the globe as a consultant for school systems and businesses, and taking a little bit of Moore with him along the way. But first,
and we truly have here in Moore a Citizens Park System Master Plan.
Take a look at the new master plan for Moore Parks and see how hundreds of area residents help plan the future of our park system. That's coming up right after this. The latest sales tax numbers are in and they're up. December of 2011 saw a 9.59% increase over December of 2010. From July of last year to the present, the City of Moore has collected a total of $16,642,033 in total sales taxes. Those numbers are derived from a 3% regular sales tax and a half-cent public safety and street construction tax. Collections for the half-cent tax alone have exceeded $2.3 million since July of last year through the present. That's a significant investment in street and public safety improvements. Remember to shop in Moore. Clearly, keeping your sales tax dollars in Moore improves the community.
We have some ideas here that are pretty well thought out.
Dick Horton has been spending a lot of time in Moore these days. A parks and recreation consultant from Kansas City, Dick has been working in conjunction with city officials, citizens, and various boards and committees to help chart a course for the future of Moore's park system.
The best plans are the ones that are citizen-driven, and we truly have here in Moore a Citizens Park System Master Plan. At this moment in time, literally as of tonight, we really do know how the citizens in Moore feel about their park system.
And how they feel can be summed up in a proposal recently approved by the Moore City Council called PATH 2022. PATH being an acronym for Parks, Aquatics, Trails, and Health.
It is a comprehensive assessment, evaluation, and planning document for our Parks and Recreation system here in Moore.
The resulting document includes numerous proposals designed to transform Moore's park system through both small short-term projects and massive long-term initiatives, all of which are derived from an exhaustive citizen survey process.
The citizens had a lot of input into what this plan would come about and do. And what I noticed with this was we had about 1,000 citizens that had input into this process.
Robin Barlow was one of those citizens. As a member of the Moore Partners Group, she not only provided her input, but actively sought input from others.
I'm excited. I mean, that's my main feeling. It's just nice to be able to have input and know that all the citizens, as many citizens that wanted to had input, and to see the direction it's going, and it will be even more exciting to see it unfold.
And they were sort of the sounding board, the committee that guided the process. They identified critical areas that we needed to get citizen input on, so that helped with the citizen input phase.
The citizen input phase also included a comprehensive parks survey.
They actually sent out 2,000 citizen surveys randomly throughout the city. So I think there was really a concerted effort to try to get information from what I call the silent majority.
All of this information was compiled by the consultant firm and developed into the PATH plan, which aims to address some of the top priorities from citizens.
The responses we got, we've only heard one other time in America through the market research firm that we work with, who's worked in all 50 states, and here it is. Special events, people want those. The reason being, they like that idea of running into their friends and acquaintances and even people they don't know and saying, hello, how you doing, right? So that's a huge thing that is toward the top of the list in the top two. And along those lines is a farmer's market.
Within the plan is a proposal for a brand new park called the Central Moore Public Open Space. This new facility would house a state-of-the-art swimming complex, a new community center, a permanent home for the farmer's market, and a special events complex, including an event stage.
Our events we've taken and done at Buck Thomas because that's our biggest park. Well, Buck Thomas really is an athletic complex. It's not a special event type center. This would be more towards, it would be designed, a portion of it would be designed for special events and music in the park and movies in the park and those kinds of things. So it could just be huge.
Another major project within the PATH plan is a complete revamp of Fairmore Park with several potential options.
One would be a tourist attraction, a museum that would draw people from outside of Moore to visit Moore. The other two alternatives are more of the traditional park kind of scheme, but one would include a huge spray ground, about a $500,000 spray ground that would draw people from southwest Oklahoma City, we think. And it would be a great new deal for the neighborhood in the area because that's where the pool was.
Additionally, the plan calls for significant upgrades at Buck Thomas Park and the addition of a dog park and disc golf course at Little River Park.
Both of those activities, the disc golf and the dog park, would ideally be situated right there. So we've already done an initial concept, if you will, to design where those might occur in the park. And so those are certainly on our list of recommendations.
The plan calls for virtually every park in the city to receive upgrades, including the addition of new walking trails and splash pads, among other things. As you can imagine, implementing the entire PATH plan will come at a price.
There's $41 million worth of projects here. Obviously, some of these things may not happen for 10 or 15 years. Some of them are fairly long-term kinds of things. But we know what's critical, and so what we'll have to do is we know some things that we can do through the normal budgetary process, and then we know some things that we'll have to find another funding source.
Ultimately, the major projects will happen based on citizens' willingness to pay for them. Based on the exhaustive feedback received from the community, organizers believe it's just what they're wanting.
We went to the citizens and we said, tell us what you want. What type of quality of life improvements would you like to see in the city of Moore? And I would hope that when this is all said and done, that the people will look back and say, well, you know what? They gave us what we asked for.
For more information about the Master Parks Plan, check the city's website at cityofmoore.com or call the Parks Department at 793-5090. Residential road construction continues throughout Moore. Most recently, streets and curbs were patched and resurfaced in the East Hills neighborhood area near 4th and Eastern. Road crews are going ward by ward to make sweeping residential street improvements across the city, all paid for by a half-cent sales tax that has so far collected $2.3 million this fiscal year. Road crews are making sure that money gets put to good use.
I'm Thembi Ndlovu, the president of South African Principals Association in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, and I'm the principal of Kanyanjalo Primary School, and I'm happy to have Allan Johnson here.
We can change the world.
Not long ago, Moore resident Allan Johnson was the center of attention among educators across South Africa. He was invited to come there by the country's school system to train and motivate their teachers. In fact, Allan's been a lot of places training teachers, students, and even business leaders on how to do their jobs better. From Paul Mitchell corporate headquarters in the UK to school systems in Canada, Allan is on a mission.
A great author, Rafe Esquith, authored a book entitled Teach Like Your Hair's on Fire. And that's what I feel like I bring to a company. How do we How do we get productivity? How do we get everyone to care and lock into the same vision? How do you get a school, everyone to be on the same page and really have students as the central focus? How do you get all of that to happen within people who are different? That's what I've been able to do.
Allan started this unique sort of business here in Oklahoma, working with teachers in Moore and throughout the state in an effort to improve their skills.
Now, leave that finger there and touch this finger. Hot dog. Hot dog. So it does read the energy of bodies collectively. We don't want to just do it on our own. You do not have enough strength, nor energy, nor stamina to get this whole year done if you don't have those kids going in the same direction you're going. So you walk into a business or a school or even a church or a chamber of commerce that you've got people who are professional. You have people who really love their job and are passionate about it. But performance is not where it should be. Productivity is not where it should be. And that's where I step in.
In fact, he's stepped in to do that all over the globe.
I started with the UK, then Cape Town, Durban, South Africa, Dubai. Have done things in Dubai. Have spoken, of course, in the States, but also in Canada. Do a lot of work each year with the Sudbury School District, the city of Sudbury, which is in Upper Ontario. Have had several people come to my workshops that are from different parts of the world, Singapore and Taiwan and Japan.
All of these world connections led Allan to his latest venture back here in Moore.
Hello and welcome to Moore versus the World.
He's an international game show host of sorts in conjunction with the Moore school system, allowing Moore students to compete in an academic challenge bowl with students from schools around the world, all via Skype.
Not only do the students compete with academic trivia, but they really promote harmony worldwide because students get to see one another even though they're miles and miles away from each other. They get to see each other via Skype and it's live as they record the show.
Most recently, students from Oak Ridge Elementary in Moore competed against students from Espanola, Canada, and they won. You can watch more students compete on Moore versus the World online at mooremonthly.com.
You are correct. The correct answer is Australia. It is the land down under.
All of this international goodwill puts Allan in a unique position. As many people celebrate Black History Month this February, Allan believes he has a special role to play.
I also want to promote this harmony between races, that people are people no matter where you go. People are people. And so what I'm really building for this month is an awareness and a celebration of diversity. I feel like there's a big weight on my shoulder to walk in and represent my culture well, and but also to promote in every culture this pride for who you are, and then how we all fit together.
Allan has been working to fit it all together from Singapore to Moore and many places in between, in a unique business that takes a little bit of Moore all over the world.
Too much power.